But at 6,500 feet, warning lights indicating low fuel pressure illuminate, and Captain DeWitt knows just how grave this situation has become.
He talks to the controller, how far are we from St. Thomas? I got 5 minutes of fuel, I'm not going to make St. Thomas.
I briefed the crew that we will keep going to St. Croix, but we were going to set up for a possible ditching. It's dark, it's overcast, it's raining, and the sea is very angry. A lot of whitecaps, the swells were quite enormous, and I had heavy winds.
All of Captain DeWitt's years of experience are about to come into play. As he descends, he eyeballs the 10 to 15-foot waves and chooses one, knowing full well he has to land on top of it rather than into it, or the plane could break into pieces. Time of impact, 3:49 p.m. Unlike U.S. Airways Flight 1549, which skimmed across the top of the Hudson River, this plane bobs in and out of the waves. Incredibly, Captain DeWitt says the plane continues to function while in the water.
The aircraft was rolling to the left and was in already a high degree bank, well beyond 30 to 35 degrees. All I did was start flying it like I would in the air, and it rolled out level, and the minute it rolled out level, I sort of popped to the surface just like a cork.
Not all have survived the impact, but those who do escape into shark-infested waters. It's an hour and a half before rescue helicopters begin arriving on the scene.